Buddy. I just wanted to jump on here and talk about what the Lord has done. I think it's important to testify of the goodness of God. He is so good, so merciful, so gracious, and so loving. Well, the Lord delivered me from a 24-year off and on drug addiction. I was struggling in my own strength to try to quit. I just couldn't do it. It wasn't until I fully got on my knees, cried out to Him, and surrendered. And right before that, this is 6 years ago, I was homeless. I was heavy in addiction. I was broken. I was so broken inside. I had so much trauma that I hadn't dealt with. I never learned how. Nobody taught me how to deal with emotions, struggling. The only thing I learned was to numb them. And I numbed them with drugs for many years. Many years, that was my go-to. If I got upset, if I got mad, I was going to drugs. And I just begged, not really begged, I just fully surrendered. I got on my knees. I cried out to Him. Full surrender. Okay, Lord, I need help. I need your help to just take away the desire, Lord. And He took it away. He took it away just like that. I have not used drugs since that day. And the Lord took me back to when I was like 12. Okay. I was 12 years old and I had went to a summer camp, a summer church camp. It was for a week. My mom just sent me there. I didn't know much about, church or anything really. My grandma went to church. I went to church for a little bit with her, but I didn't really get engaged with that. That was boring, being a kid. But I went to that church camp and gave my life to Jesus. Got filled with the Holy Spirit, spoke in tongues, and the Lord brought me back to that moment and said, Rachel, you are mine. You've been mine. But even before that, He knew us before we even were thought of in the mother's womb, right? He knew us, but He brought me back to that moment, and it was just a beautiful moment of how I could see His hand on my life that whole time. I mean, in that addiction, there were times I don't know how I'm still here, how I'm alive. The lifestyle that comes with that, there's so many chances of anything could happen, and it was my best friend and the grandmother to 3 of my grandchildren, the other grandma, had died from an overdose. I opened my eyes. I was like, oh, Lord, she was my best friend, the other grandma to my grandkids. And we were pretty close. Actually, we were very close. And that just opened my eyes to see, yeah, that could have been me. By the grace of God, I'm still here. Through the things that I have dealt with in my life, it's only the hand of God that saved me from all that. And ever since then, the Lord has just been blessing me. He's blessed me beyond measure. He took me out of a unhealthy relationship, of a marriage that was just really full of betrayal, lots of things. But he delivered me from that. And even though it hurts so much, I did not go back to drugs. God's grace was enough. And He took me out of that. And ever since then, I went to school. I went to ministry school 3 years, graduated, and then went back to school for my bachelor's degree and graduated with that as well recently. He has just been accelerating my life of things that I would not have accomplished in that addiction, showing me that it is possible. Anything is possible with God. Do you know that? He's shown me so much. And I felt like I just needed to come on here, share my story. That's just a snippet, you know. It's not even the whole story. But I felt like I needed to come on here and just express the goodness of God and His grace and His mercy. And it is true for today as well as it was 2,000 years ago. So if anybody tells you that it's not, that's not true. And He delivers people from things. I am a walking testimony. My mom and my grandma prayed for me for years to get clean, to get sober. I am an answer to my mama's prayer. So mamas out there, don't give up on your children. Pray for them. Pray for them. I am a walking testimony of the goodness of God, and He does hear prayers, and He does answer. I am contending for a couple of my children too. They're not in addiction, but they're just far from God. But Lord, the Lord is so good. And I just wanted to come on here and share a little bit about the goodness of God. There's way more that I could talk about, but maybe we'll make a part 2. Thanks for listening.